Shoreline Amphitheater with Skid Row, dude. One of the great fucking nights ever.
You were there.
I was there.
Do you remember Bill Graham screaming?
Because Sebastian's not on stage.
No. Skid Row went on, and Axl was locked in his dressing room.
Wait a minute. What happened? Axl was locked out?
Okay,
of his dressing room?
Axl was usually late. You remember?
Yeah, dude.
Like, you could have gone and talked to him or something, Lonn. How come you didn't go talk to him?
I don't know.
So there's this guy, there's this very large man. We had a lot of football players working for us. We had a guy named Earl Gabadon.
Love Earl, big Earl.
He used to play for the Florida Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
And we had another guy named Jerry Gendron who played for, I believe, the Denver Broncos, right? Is that correct?
I don't know.
Jerry Gendron, he was our big, massive guy that carried the money.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to, in those days, we used to go, the guy would go out to the front at the end of the night and get a lot more cash receipts. Yeah. So he'd be carrying a couple $100,000. You want a big guy carrying that, right? So a lot of dough in there and the merchandise money and all that stuff. So anyway, Jerry Gendron was standing in front of the door, and Bill Graham, the legendary promoter, is running around going, I've worked with Jimi Hendrix. I've worked with Janis Joplin. I've worked with The Doors. I've worked with The Grateful Dead. And never, ever in my career have I fucking seen this kind of shit. and Slash goes, well, now you have. Like, typical Slash. Typical Slash. Well, now you have, man. Like, I used to get all frustrated and shit, like, because Axl would be late all the time. And I'd be pacing around, and there would be Slash. You know what he'd say? Matt, relax, man. Just make yourself a cocktail. Just make yourself a cocktail, man. Relax. Slash. Fucking 3 hours later, we're fucking hammered. Yeah. It's like we go on stage, we're like, just relax, man. It's cool. Everything's cool. And I'd be like, where's that fucking guy, man? I'm looking at
What a calming influence Slash was on Guns N' Roses.
I'll tell you a real quick Scott Weiland story.
Okay, that's a good one.
So fucking Scotty Waddy Ding Dong, as I like to refer to him as. Okay, so Scotty Waddy Ding Dong. We just get him in Velvet Revolver. He's our new singer. I'm like, oh, great. This is like, okay. Really? We're signing up for this? Okay. So
because Clive Davis is giving you a boatload of money.
No. This is before all that. Okay. We have a movie called The Hulk with Ang Lee, and we have this song called Set Me Free, and now we're going to play it live for everybody. Like, all the heavies are coming, like the Suits, like the dudes with the checkbooks and shit. Yeah. Like Kathy Nelson from Universal and, Harvey Weinstein and all these people, like heavies. Yeah. So they all show up at the studio. We get there, right? No Scott. It's like an hour goes by. They're still like all the heavies are sitting there like, where's the singer? And I'm freaking out. And Slash is being, how cool Slash can be, right? He's just like, So we're calling and Scott's like, hey, I'm just around the corner, man. I'm just around the corner, man. And we're like, that's going on for like an hour and a half, right? So finally he shows up and he's got the hat and the sunglasses on, and we're all like, fuck. And this is like a pretty big check. We're gonna we're all gonna get like at least a good down payment on a house or something. Okay. So a lot of jingola going down. And he shows up and he's obviously had a pretty good night the night before, maybe the night before that, maybe the night before that. But Slash, like, I wanted to just kind of like go like just like kill him. But Slash does one of these where he goes, hey Scott, you better sing your fucking ass off right now, because if you don't, I'm gonna have to kill you. But he says it like real quiet, like really like, wow, how did he just do that? And you see Scott's face, because he's like, because that shit could scare you. Yeah. Like when someone's that calm about killing you, like that's scary. So all of a sudden he goes, all of a sudden Scott starts fucking wiggling like Iggy meets Mick Jagger, and he kicks into the vocal and set me free, and everyone's clapping, and I'm fucking like wiping the sweat off my brow. I'm like, fuck, we got through that, and we ended up putting that song in this movie, The Hulk, with Ang Lee, which was not the biggest successful movie. It was a very arty version of The Hulk. But because of that song, Velvet Revolver got signed by Clive Davis. Yeah. Your old boss.
My old boss.
But that day was tough.
Yeah.